The one who is supposed to take over Classic Physique, Mike the Badass. So nice to finally speak to you.
Thank you so much for
Mike,
having me.
Mike Sommerfeld, not Mike Sommerfield, like some used to say.
Oh, it's fine. The Americans, they always call me Sommerfield.
You have started the prep already for the Mr. Olympia, and you already have a small hiccup, right?
Yeah, but you know, all the preps, we had different issues, different difficulties. I had a flu. I had, oh my gosh, I had diarrhea. I had food poisoning. I had everything. But now it's my tooth right here.
How did it happen?
I don't know. I just woke up one day, like 2 days ago. I woke up in the morning, was like, my tooth feels like really sensitive. And the moment I was chewing my breakfast, it was like, it starts to hurt a little bit. Then I went to the workout, of course, and right after that, it hurt really bad. So we went to the dentist, and he told me, "Oh yeah, there's an infection. We need to open it now." So he opened it. It's still open, and tomorrow we're gonna finish the job. So he will cut it open. He will try to get all the inflammation, all the tissue out, close it, and hopefully it will heal soon.
How do you handle the diet right now? Is it fluid-like?
What do you mean?
Like, do you have more shakes now since are you fine with eating the normal food?
Do you
When
want to
it
see
doesn't.
my food? It's really, really ugly.
Yeah, I saw the story. That's why I'm asking. It looks like a
Yes,
like some flush.
it is blended chicken. But let me tell you, in the beginning, I blended tuna fish
Yeah.
with some different like pepper and salt and like hot sauce and was like, that's actually not bad. And then I blended chicken and I did that in the past and it was super, super ugly. But this time I was smarter. I was cooking soup with these cubes,
Yeah, yeah.
like grandma did. Then I put some veggies in it. I was cooking the chicken in it, and then I blended it. And I swear to God, it tastes like grandma's chicken soup. It's actually
That's
not bad.
it's acceptable, so to speak.
The only problem is that in diet, I have like 2,000 something calories, so not much. And I want something to chew on because I'm hungry and I can just drink all the time. It's a bit hard. So my appetite comes up and up and up, and my body's telling me, hey, Mike, eat, don't drink, eat.
What is your weight right now and your limit actually?
That's going to be a secret.
Okay.
Just because so many people telling me, oh, Mike, you look like an open bodybuilder. You're never going to make weight. I'm not far away from the weight. I could make weight in 4 weeks.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's really, 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 really funny. So many people telling me, Mike, you look like 212 or you look like open because you're so massive. So, in other words, they're telling me that all the other competitors look skinny next to me. Is it that what they're saying?
I think that it was said best by Mannion when he was asked about are you more of an open guy or are you a classic? And he himself admitted that you are everything what the classic physique is about. The size, the shape, everything what they need actually.
Yes. So, my question to all people telling me that I look like open, what do you think does a high-end classic athlete look like? Like this? Like small, like 8 years ago? No, we're gonna develop, and I
Yeah.
will bring the extra edge. I will bring a Dorian Yates kind of impression to the Olympia. I want people saying like, how the fuck is he able to compete in classic? How the fuck can he bring so much muscle, such a condition, such flow, such a perfect balanced physique to stage? If I can do that, I would be more than happy.
Yeah. Are you not interested in ever competing in an open show? Because actually, like just running it for fun, like CBAM did on the last show. And
If I compete in open, I compete in open.
okay.
I don't want to just be there because I want to be there. I want to fight. I want to be an athlete, a serious athlete, where people say, "Oh shit, Mike is coming. It's going to be a top show." I mean, Chris, he's the GOAT. He can compete in every division. He will never place less than top five, I guess. He's incredible. But you know that I have a genetic sickness, right?
Yeah, the
A genetic
vampirism,
disorder. Yeah,
they call something like
it's
this.
called vampire sickness, but it's in reality it's called porphyria variegata. Really rare, so nobody really knows about it. Anyway, if I push my body too high with different compounds, I could probably die. And for what? Like I'm almost top in the world, like that close. Why should I risk my life for something to start all over again? Like doesn't make any sense. But for fun, maybe after the Olympia, maybe if there's a show somewhere, just go on stage and having fun. That's okay. But it has nothing to do with competing. It's just fun.
Mm. Do you think that classic is going to ever take over Olympia, like open in the, the being known as the main eventer?
No. So classic physique definitely brought many, many, many new people into our industry because it's such a beautiful division. And classic combines everything what we call beautiful in bodybuilding. Great flow, size, symmetry, aesthetic, the way they show themselves. It's not like 350 pounds, super bulky monster. Some people don't want to look like that. But honestly, if Chris Bumstead takes his shirt off on the beach, everybody wants to be Chris Bumstead.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
this is how Classic brought so many people into the industry. But I would never go that far that I say Classic outperforms Open because Open is Open. The tradition says there's just one Mr. Olympia, a true Mr. Olympia, and this is Open. All the other competitors, we are classic, man's classic physique Olympia, not Mr. Olympia. And the true Mr. Olympia belongs to the very, very, very best athlete in the world. Brings the most muscle, the best condition, the best flow, the best presentation. Everything needs to be top, top, top notch. And classic, they just, they can't keep up with the opens. Compare a Chris Bumstead with a Derek or a Samson. Chris looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, but he's like the half of a Samson.
Yeah, that's true.
Samson is a monster. So when it comes to aesthetic and the let's say humans' favorite division could be classic one day, but true bodybuilding belongs to open.
But don't you think that classic actually brought an, not to say an improved version of an open bodybuilding, but different, since classic actually started, the criteria in open has changed as well. It's not anymore only about the size. It's actually about the waist control and much more.
100%. So what I like is that as soon classic came into play, the open needed to level up when it comes to aesthetic because now you have the most aesthetic division right next to the open, which is classic. And classic changed open bodybuilding, and open bodybuilding changed classic a little bit. So classic bodybuilders they get a little bit more muscular, and open bodybuilders get a little bit more aesthetic. I like that. I loved the physique in the 90s before the mass monster era started. Flex Wheeler, Kevin Levrone, um, all these guys. Amazing, beautiful physique, small waist, round, great muscle. Of course, not stupidly big. They were like 250 pounds and not 315. We're talking about additionally like 30 kilos. It's like 30 kilograms of steak. Bro, that's a hell lot of meat.
Yeah. Actually, even Ronnie Coleman, when he won the first Olympia, he had a quite aesthetic physique, so to speak. He had smaller waist, he could control. Then we know when he outgrew everyone, because
Yes.
we are going to have only one Ronnie Coleman, basically. I don't think that anyone is going to double it or second it in the world, like ever. We had Rami, who was
Oh,
close.
we had Marcus Rule. He was heavier
Yeah,
on stage
yeah.
than Ronnie. 138 kilos stage weight.
What do Germans have with this? Actually, the mixing the fish and chicken, because Markus Rühl has been the one who actually started it, I think. Then Urs done it. You have done it. Why do you guys do it? Actually,
Bro, okay, listen. This was just Marcus' thing. Marcus is a super fucked up guy. He's like a super old school motherfucker. I love him. He's like he's never giving a shit left and right. He's doing his thing, and he's just really straightforward. And he's like, you know what? If I can't eat fucking 2 kilograms of chicken, I'm gonna fucking blend it and I'm gonna fucking drink that shit down. You know Marcus, right? He's like, okay, I don't give a shit. I'm just fucking drinking chicken. And then he convinced Urs in a video to do that same.
yeah.
And I'm doing it because I have to, because I can't chew on my teeth. But I don't think it's a German thing. And please, I would not recommend you to blend food.
No, I don't like. Actually, some of the athletes have really done themselves harm by blending the food
That's
when
what
it
I'm saying.
comes to the digestion, right?
Exactly. You should not do that for a long time.
Yeah, when it comes to the calories, because you said yourself that you're on a pretty low calories, 2000, it's not much. Are you doing additional cardio yet or not?
Yes, I'm doing 30 minutes in the morning, empty stomach. I'm training. I'm doing 30 minutes post workout, and I'm doing 12 to 14,000 steps every day, and I'm posing two
So you're
rounds.
not playing around this time, like no stone is unturned.
No, that's every prep is like that.
Yeah, you have
Every
actually.
step, every step is calculated. Every meal, every rep I'm doing is calculated. Every minute of sleep is calculated. Everything is perfectly measured. So when I'm doing 2 sets more on leg press, I'm sleeping another hour extra. If I do more
Okay.
steps, my sleep is different. If I do this, my food is different. Like everything is incredibly precisely. Even before we started prep, Neil had 2 check-ins per week, full check-ins.
That's actually a cool approach from the coach himself.
Definitely. But it will go up to like every day check-ins to 2 weeks out, multiple day check-ins. Neil is really precise, and so I am. I'm German. I'm like that.
Yeah, Germans are like that. Uh, when you were pushing Chris, because you have actually given him quite a run last year. What were your first thoughts when you left the stage? Were you like, it's almost close, or you are proud of what you have achieved and you're not mad about it?
Oh, I was so happy that I didn't win the show.
Why?
Oh, so the story before is actually really funny. Um, on weigh-ins, Tyler told us we should not step out the box. We need to stay in line. If we step out the line, they will send us back. We're going backstage and we will not get a comparison. So you're out. So top first call out, I saw Chris 1 step forward. I was like, Mike, you're gonna stay right here. Don't move. I saw Urs 1 step forward. I was like, Mike, stay here. And then they said, Mike, Urs, and Chris backstage. And I was like, oh shit, no, please no. Oh shit. And I looked down and was like, but I'm staying right here where I belong. I didn't move. I was shocked. And then I thought, oh shit, when Neil is coming backstage, he will kick my balls so bad. He will kick my ass because I stepped out the box, but I didn't. And then backstage, Chris told me, hey, my congratulations. And I was still in shock. I was like, why congratulations? They just sent us backstage. Like, we're done. Like, and he's like, yes, we're done. Congratulations. We're top three. And then I realized, like, fuck. Of course, they would never ever send Chris Bumstead backstage and
Yeah.
not Urs. And then, yeah, comparisons and finals. They announced Ramon fourth, Urs third, and I was like, "Holy shit, what's going to happen here?" And I turned to Chris. I asked him, "Chris, what should I do now?" And he looked back and he was laughed and he was smiling, like, "Hey, get your medal. They just called out your name. And I didn't listen to them. I was so in shock. And then 1 or 2 days after, I got like 200,000 new followers, 14, 15, 16,000 messages. And I always answer personally. So I
Yeah.
was sitting there for 3 weeks every day, honestly. And then I thought, that's too much. Like, I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to be a champion. I don't know how to be or how to feel. What kind of person should I be? Imagine if I would have won the show. I had no idea what to do. But now, after winning the Arnolds, I got more and more experience in these situations. For example, I just won the Arnolds, and the day after, I was like, hey, babe, you know what? Let's go to the expo. Let's walk the expo, meet some people. I was there for like 2 minutes, and there were like 60 people around me taking pictures. I was not able to walk anymore.
Swamped.
Yes, but that never ever happened before. So it's a new situation, and I didn't know how to handle it. But now I know better. So I was able to practice a whole year. If I'm going to win the show this year, I know exactly what to do. That's
You
really
have,
important. So yeah,
yeah,
to not win the show was actually good in order to practice how to become a real champion.
you have a really good relationship with your coach, with Neil Hill, and it's surrounded by a lot of respect, I see. What made you choose him as a coach? Because you probably had a lot of ideas and names in your head, but why Neil? Why he himself?
Um, 2018, I turned pro. I worked with Patrick Tour, and I got hospitalized. I almost died. The genetic disorder I told you. And Patrick said, hey, Mike, I'm sorry, but it's my responsibility as your trainer. I have to cut the cooperation. I can't coach you anymore because if you're dying, it's my fault. I don't want to do that. I said, okay, coach, that's fair. Let's stop that right here. And then 5 months later, I sent an email on New Year's Eve, Sylvester, to
Okay.
Neil. And he answered 3 a.m. in the morning. Said, hey, Mike, yeah, no, you, Flex Lewis told me about you. You met at the FIBO a few years back. And I was like, holy shit. First of all, Flex Lewis knows me. Secondly, his coach knows me. And he's like, okay, Mike, you know what? We're going to make a deal. I will prep you. But as soon as your liver enzyme levels go up and your blood work gets worse, we will stop right away. No conversation, no discussion. We stop right now. I was like, okay, deal, let's do that. Since then, my liver enzyme levels dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. And I'm the healthiest ever right now. So my blood work is almost, I mean, he's taking really good care. Neil is a really, really safe user of bodybuilding compounds. And my blood work in contest full-blown prep is better than my off-season TRT years ago.
That's interesting,
It's
actually, because
super interesting. So, for example, my liver enzyme levels, GPT, for example, was like 600 in my off season. And in contest prep, like 2 days after the Arnolds, 2 days, we're talking about, you know, end fucking phase of contest prep. We had like 180. That's nothing.
yeah, that's like third of that what you had in the
Yeah.
so it's nothing to be, mad about or consider actually. So yeah,
Mhm.
do you think that's the matter of actually the way that he handles the stress, not only the everything surrounding the supplementation and so on?
Definitely. So Neil knows me pretty well. I'm a person you never, 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 ever need to tell me do more. I always do more. I do more than Neil tells me to do. He hates that. But 4 weeks before the show, he's the one who's telling me, hey, Mike, stop cardio, reduce your steps, no failure in the workout anymore, eat more, do this, do that, sleep longer. He tries to hold me back in order to be my best. if Neil would not hold me back, I would do like 4 hours of cardio, two training sessions. For real, I did that.
I
And
think we all did, and then we realized that's not the way we should.
yeah, the problem is I will do it again because I think it's like if there's like 3 weeks, a few days before the show, and you have some energy left. I mean, you don't have any energy, but you can do like another 500 steps. You can walk for like 5 or 10 minutes, no problem, slow. And after that, I was like, I could walk another 10 minutes. And then I'm sitting down, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's finish half an hour. Let's do another 10 minutes and another 10 minutes. Then going back home, have a meal. Hey, you know what? I could walk another round for like in half an hour. And that's every day, constantly. And Neil is the one is telling me, hey, Mike, stop that shit now. You're good. You're done. Relax. Focus on different things.
As bad as it sounds, we as hardworking bodybuilders sometimes need a leash, to be honest, to just hold us somewhere in a zone where we are not going to hurt ourselves and fuck
Yes,
our bodies up. Which
100%.
because then you
100%.
might have actually finished in the men's physique, not in a classic, because if you would run the 4 hours cardio.
I did that last year actually. So we were filming. My wife, she was filming YouTube videos every day. And Shani and me we were on the treadmill at home. So we have a treadmill here at home, we have a bike at home, and we had everything in the gym. So I was walking to the gym with my laptop. I trained after the workout. I was like on the treadmill for like 2 hours, cutting my video, going back home on the treadmill, finishing the video for another 2 hours.
Damn.
But it was super easy to do because I was so focused on cutting the video, so I did not focus on the steps.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we have that pleasure of nowadays technology that we can have the step mill like everywhere. The
Yes.
treadmill, everything that we can just work on it, the pads, and people don't know how good of the life we have because you can have music like everywhere. You can have some videos, some movies, like all times. You remember how the even Neil Hill or Flex, how they used to, do their cardio, watching the wall like for an hour, walking like zombies,
Yes.
and they still have done it. So we don't have that bad, actually. About your workout split, because I've seen that it's way different than everyone's. You have actually done the upper lower. Are you still on that route?
Nope. I did that for the off season
Yeah.
in order to grow the most muscle going into the Olympia 2024. So what I done was I spent all the time in Dubai. I was able to get the best quality food from Venus Gym itself. So I woke up in the morning, I did like 20 minutes of bike to get my digestion going. I had a huge breakfast. I went to workout number one. I had a huge meal right after, going back home, sleep, having another huge meal, workout number two, another huge meal, and then sleeping. That's all I did for months. Nothing else, zero. No appointments, no obligations, no meet and greets, no nothing. Two workouts every day, solid as loads of food, high quality food, perfect setup in Dubai. And this is where I grew like 70 pounds, I guess, like 30 kilos in 4 months.
And you still made the weight like easily.
Sure. So
Okay.
I will do the same this year. I know how
It's
to
going
make
to be
weight.
interesting.
And Neil know how to make weight. You just need to keep the time schedule in control. Anyway, so I train 6 days a week, all sets to failure, full blast, whatever. And I tried to do that for the prep. And then I realized, okay, 6 days a week with less food and cardio and posing, nah, that's not going to work.
No.
So I was highly overtrained. Then I switched to a push pull leg off, upper lower off. Worked amazing. After the Arnolds, I went back to upper lower. Then I did a 4 day split. Now I have my Olympia protocol, which is again a really individual designed um, push pull legs off, upper lower off. But I specified different muscle groups. So some muscles have more total volume, some muscles have higher rep ranges, some muscle have higher intensity, stuff like that. And now from next week, I'm gonna switch my training again to a very, very, very isolated workout, very clean. It's like, do you know how Nick Walker
Yeah,
works out at the
yeah,
moment?
yeah.
Really clean,
Slow,
really
controlled
slow.
movements. Yeah,
Yes, no emotions, just really robotic repetition. The the benefit here is that he's not wasting any energy for other muscles because he's only using the muscles he wants to use. For example, leg press. He's doing it in such a control so slowly that he's almost not activating hamstrings, glutes, or other muscles like midsection, back, and stuff like holding yourself tight. So he can basically put all energy into quads,
the
just
press in
quads.
itself. Hmm.
And if you do that, you waste less energy, but the energy you're wasting is basically just on quads. So energy to stimulus ratio is perfect. I'm doing this to keep my systemic fatigue, my overall fatigue lower, but the muscle fatigue slightly higher. We're going to do that for the next 4 to 5 weeks. The moment I'm going to Vegas a month before the show, we're going to switch that again to the opposite. So I'm doing incredible, stupid high amounts of volume, squats, bent over barbell rows, deadlifts, standing dumbbell, side lateral raises. So more compound movements in order to activate more muscle, in order to burn more calories by just moving your body. I think it's way more beneficial to train isolated in control instead of just bashing weights around. But here's the deal. In the end of a contest prep, you can't build much muscle. The only
No,
thing you can do is like maintain muscle and try to get as ripped and shredded as possible. So we're still putting a lot of stimulus into muscle, the volume, the sets, the reps, but at the same time, we're losing so much energy that I will be peeled at the
that's the
Olympia.
goal.
That's the goal. That's what we're gonna do.
Which body part were you trying to bring the most? I know that you are not going to say like to spread. So let's say the whole body, yeah?
I got one, two, three, four muscles I want to bring up drastically. Let me explain. All my life, I tried to push my weaknesses to get like a super balanced, beautiful physique. But what we never done was we never focused on strength. So imagine my V taper is pretty damn big, like small waist, but super wide shoulders.
Mhm.
Imagine if I can get my waist even smaller and my shoulders even rounder and fuller. This will enhance my strength even more and it will look even more stupid on stage.
Definitely.
Things like that. So we
Okay.
have different things. We got different feedbacks from the judges. We know exactly what to do. We're working on it. And I'm pretty sure that my new look at the Olympia will be drastically different this year.
When it comes to the living, because you have been to Mexico, you have been to Dubai, you have been to Spain, you have been to USA, where do you live now for the viewers' advice? Because you're like everywhere.
I am. And honestly, we haven't found a home. So since
Okay.
2022, my wife and me were traveling. So basically, we wanted to move to Mexico first. And then we realized, okay, Mexico is a really, really, really slow country. So, for example, your AC is broken. You can call them. They say, yeah, yeah, mañana. They will come tomorrow. They will show in 3 weeks just to tell you that your AC is broken. Literally, that happened. I called a guy. He came like, I don't know, like after 2 weeks. He said, hey, bro, you called me for the AC. I was like, yeah, this one. He said, oh, yeah, it's broken. I was like, yes, bro, that's the reason I'm calling you. So please fix it now. He said, I can't fix it now. I don't know the problem. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm sweating to death. Mexico is super fucking hot
Yeah,
and
I've been
humid.
there.
It's crazy. Cancun is crazy. I wasn't able to sleep. I was sweating my ass off. It was horrible. And then he literally showed up. He said, hey, yeah, your AC is broken down. It's like, bro, do you remember why I called you? Things like that. And that annoys me incredible. Secondly, it's not a safe place.
No.
I trained there. I went back home and then I got a picture on my phone from Facebook. They uploaded it on Facebook. They killed one of my friends. They shot in his head and in his heart in front of the gym. Out the car, a drive by. Bang, bang, done.
Yeah, the
Just,
cartels.
yes, just because he made some bad deals and they just killed him right away. And that's not the place I want to raise my kids. That's not the place I want to let my wife go grocery shopping and shit. And then after that, we went to Dubai. Dubai is a crazy ass place. Super fast, super easy. Everything is just one click away, literally. If you want to see a doctor, you just call the doctor on WhatsApp. You say, hey, I feel sick. And he will say, yeah, just show me your throat. You film your mouth. And he's like, yes, it looks like a little bit red. Do you have this symptom? He's like, yes. Okay, wait a minute. They send you the prescription on your phone. You forward it to the pharmacy. 15 minutes later, ding dong, medicine is there. You don't need to move. The doctor is still on the phone and you have the medicine right on your table. This is Dubai.
That's great. Why
And
did you move then?
because here's the deal, you've ever been to Disneyland?
Yeah,
So 1 day is great, 2 days is great. Three
too much.
months, 3 months is like another roller coaster. No, not today. Just let's sit here. After 6 months, you're like, what the fuck is that? That's all fake.
Yeah. I've seen the Burj Khalifa and I was like, yeah, a huge building. I can't
Yes,
handle it with with my imagination. That's why.
Dubai is a crazy ass place. You can do everything. You can go shark diving in the mall. You can go snowboarding downstairs, minus 15 degrees. There's a snow ice cinema. They are crazy, crazy ass things. But when you have that on a constant, like every day for months and years, it's like, nah, again. And then, I mean, we have the business there. We're gonna go to Dubai every couple of months, and we're gonna stay in Dubai for a little bit longer next year. But then we realized, okay, we want to have like real life tradition, like substance behind. So let's check out Spain. Good weather, good people. They have like a Mexican mentality, but still European rules. So you can't just kill someone.
Yeah, you can't just kill.
So we went here last year for like 5 months to prep for the Olympia. We loved it. And we were actually really sure that's going to be the place. We're going to buy an apartment, going to have a family. We're going to open a gym here. Everything perfect. This year, we're coming back. And it's like, okay, let me explain. We just visited Dubai for a few days. We came back to Spain and we're like, what is that here? Like, it's like a third world country. I have to go to a doctor to
Yeah,
talk to them. I have to print out a piece of paper.
too much of a good.
I mean, for most people, that's normal. But when you figured out how to do it more intelligent, more like faster and more efficient, like Dubai does, everything here is like, guys, it's 2025. It's not 1970 anymore. Like, if you have a problem or if I have a problem, I call the doctor on fucking WhatsApp. I send him a picture, but they don't do that here. It could be so easy, but it's not. And then Spain has a really anti-tourism policy here. If you want to buy an apartment, let's say 200,000, they charge you 400. So you need to pay the double price because you're not a Spanish citizen. You're a tourist.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's a rule. And if we open a gym here, we need to double pay double tax, which is stupid. So it's like, I mean, for vacation, it's amazing. You have the beach, you have some nature, you have great people, great food and stuff. But to live here, nah. So long story short, I have no idea where to stay. And that annoys me a little bit because, you know, you can't have, I don't want to have a family without a home. And I want to provide for my family. I want to have a safe space. I want to have a great school. I want to have a great doctor, like all the things. But I don't know where.
Yeah. It's quite interesting because still you have something to discover in your life, not only the bodybuilding side of it. You can
Definitely.
still,
I mean, we're traveling since years, and it has been incredible. We met incredible, like so many different people, so many different places, so much experience we gained with like different relationships, different people. Yeah, it's really cool, really cool. But I want to have a place where like coming back home, that's would be great.
the home, the word itself, that it has the meaning.
Yeah, like your own bed, your own shower, your
Yeah.
own toilet, your own pan. I mean, we're switching from Airbnb to Airbnb, sometimes weekly. One week New York, another week Pittsburgh, another week Mexico, another week Dubai. It's like bang, 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 bang for like months.
But at least you have experienced a lot.
That's for sure.
One last question, because I know that you're a busy person. Who is your biggest rivalry right now, besides yourself?
I would say all the other 63 competitors at the Olympia,
63.
maybe or more. I don't know. So I'm trying to be real here. Everyone who got the Olympia qualification is a champion, definitely. And you know, Ramon, he had a very hard or a very bad presentation last year at the Olympia. There was just one single mistake. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like one cookie too much, a little bit too much sugar, a little bit whatever. And he could have won the show, maybe, and he ended up placing fourth. If I make a mistake this year, I could end up eighth place and someone else is taking the title. So what I'm trying to say is that there are so many good athletes that I would say top 10, everybody could be a champion. Everybody could win the show. So I don't see myself as the favorite. I know exactly that I need to fight against Raf, Ramon, Urs. There's so many different people. And everybody's just talking about four, five, six guys. Logan, for example, Ramon, Urs, me, whatever. But there are so many incredible, good looking athletes out there competing this year. And it's just a matter of time until they will be in the top first call out, for sure.
Yeah, it's just a matter of recognition and what they bring. We never know what and who jumps out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for your time. When can we see you in Poland again? Because last time you were here
Oh,
for a while, quite a while.
yes, like 1.5 weeks, I guess. Unfortunately, it's not on my list for this or next year so far,
Okay.
but that could change. Maybe there's a show, maybe there's a meet and greet, maybe there's a training seminar. So I'm always open. If someone wants to have me in the gym for a meet and greet, for a training seminar, seminar about nutrition, seminar about peptides, gear, bodybuilding itself, whatever, posing seminar, I love that. So we're gonna have a conversation. I'm going to fly out there, spending there a week. We train together, we film together, we whatever. We're gonna have a great time, meet and greets, events, and then whatever. And I will let you know when I'm in Poland.
Yeah, because I have to meet you finally. We have to do some
Long
training
time
session.
ago,
And
right?
yeah, it's been like
2020, 21,
23, 23, I think.
the Poland
23.
show,
Yeah, you were in the show. Yeah, 21, 21, I think.
21.
Yeah. I actually asked you then why not to 12? And you said
Mm,
that you are going to stay in classic no matter what. So
yes, I'm too tall for 212.
Yeah, actually, there are now like 5.4, something like this.
Yeah, and I'm 5'9". So
I'm basically 6.61, so it's just a small difference. Yeah. Thank you, Mike, for your time. And everyone who wants to, if you haven't yet followed Mike, do it on his Instagram. You can see it in the description down below. Thank you so much.
thank you, bro.